How's it going, guys? I'm ItFightsBack, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my early thoughts on Chronicon. Now, this was a game that I discovered on Steam through just some queue browsing, trying to find something to play in between Path of Exile leagues. This game, just from the trailer alone, had me just kind of begging to jump into this game. So I'm really excited to have played it, and there's a lot of things I love about this game. It's absolutely brilliant. But the first thing I want to point out is something that I really don't like. I would love to see fixed is in their video settings. There is no borderless full screen. Like, if anything that I want in this game, I want borderless full screen. I'm sure any other content creator or streamer would know it's like the ability to move your mouse outside of this, as opposed to like playing in windowed mode with this like box, and I can't even I can link it to the top, but I can't even like size it to the window here. So it'd be really nice to have a borderless full screen option to it. Beyond that, like, I'm gonna jump into the fun stuff. So this game is developed by Subworld. They are a two-person team out of Sweden that have been working on this game since 2015. So this game has been in development for quite a long time, and for only two people working on this, I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far. So these characters on the screen here are the four playable classes, I guess you could say. So if you were to create a new hero, you can pick between the Templar, Berserker, Warden, and Warlock. So they all have kind of their own little niches, I guess. And then, of course, there's a hardcore mode, which I've been playing on myself as a Templar. So if you continue, you can name it. But then there's the difficulty settings. So there's the casual mode, which lowers monster health and damage, just if you want to casual through the game. Legendary items, except for quest rewards and bags, will not drop in this difficulty setting, and you don't get as much bonus for kill streak rewards. So I started the game on normal. I was just reading what it says. Recommended starting point for fresh characters, even if you're a veteran player. So this is just like the baseline difficulty. So I started here, and then I'd already looked at the next difficulties, and on here it says legendary items and unique materials may drop in this difficulty setting from level 10 and up. So I leveled to level 10 on normal, got myself something rolling, and then I immediately jumped to heroic. And I played on this mode, like by level 10, I was just destroying everything. So when I jumped to heroic, I was like, okay, things are actually doing damage. As I kept pushing on, I'm destroying things again by the time I switched to epic at level 30, because that's what it recommends. So the damage gets doubled and monster health almost tripled jumping to this. So I'm now playing on epic difficulty. Like, as I progress through the game, you can change the difficulty in the game. And then there is a legendary difficulty. It says level 50 or higher recommended. And then it says true legendary items may drop in this difficulty setting on level 100. So I assume level 100 is the max level. But I have, like I said, only made it to, like, I think I'm 35 or 36. So I'm going to jump into the game here. Well, there is a local multiplayer as well. Also a graveyard for your hardcore characters, which I don't have any in there yet. Character is still going strong. So this is kind of the main hub of the game. This guy gave me the first quest, sent me up here into this thing for Act 1. You have chests here. You have a personal chest stash you can store things in. You can upgrade rows if you need them. So it costs 1,000,000 crystals, which is like your gold. There's also a shared stash. And in here I've stored a bunch of things that I might want to use if I were to die and want to play on a new character. And I've leveled up 3 rows of this as well. And to put stuff in here, you would swap inventories like this. On my inventory here, you can see I have a belt that can hold 4 items. Now you have portal scrolls, you can put them in your belt and have it on a hotkey. Portal's blocked in this area. Okay, well, anyways. I find myself only needing these 2. Most of the potions and stuff I found have seemed like limited in availability. So I've kind of held on to them for tricky things. I'll open my inventory and just use them so I'm not accidentally pushing the buttons. There's these single-use scrolls, which I haven't seen much need to use. And this is your inventory over here, like of your equipment of what you're wearing. So I could jump before I go in the pasture tree. I'm going to like go into a zone here. There's Temple Garden. Just kind of show off some gameplay. So there's lots of enemies, right? But you have the abilities to destroy them. But same as other action RPGs like Diablo, Path of Exile, and the like, there's tougher enemies that you can encounter in here. There's also this rampage kill streak that's going on right here. The longer your kill streak is, the more bonus experience you'll get. And here, like I'm saying, like these guys have 1 crown above their heads, so they're like magic monsters, I would say. They have extra damage and they're wholly resistant. I have a really powerful health regeneration ability on cooldown. It lasts 5 seconds, the cooldown's 7 seconds, so I just killed those. I got a bloodbath. I'm getting experience here. This is going to go away. And then yeah, I get all this bonus. 55 kills, 480 experience. So here's the items on the ground. Yeah, so you can click to pick them up. And look, I didn't have to move. I can press Alt and see what they are, see where they are. But I have bound this to my spacebar. I'm going to have different key bindings than probably anybody who plays this. But I can press spacebar and loot everything in my radius. And that has just been so fantastic. I can just go from I'm killing monsters to, okay, just loot this stuff real quick and keep going. So it makes it so you can actually achieve something like kill streaks, because you don't have to stop and spend half your time playing looting stuff. So I've found that very, very cool. Now you can see there's all kinds of other things going on here. Like, I'm not even attacking these enemies and they're taking damage. It's because I have these little orbs rotating around me. They're called satellites, and that comes from my gear. Your gear has the ability to just give you all kinds of crazy stuff. I just used one of my scrolls that was in my belt. That was that Blizzard scroll. Loot stuff here. But I haven't needed to use a healing potion. But it could just be because like I don't have anything to say on balance. I haven't played other characters. Like all I know is what I've tried so far, which is this Templar. You can destroy almost everything. You can't destroy these trees, but all kinds of stuff you can break. Oh, okay, now there's an enemy that has 3 crowns. So that one's probably going to be a little bit tougher. kind of hard to hover over it to see. Beast, Mana Leecher, Frozen, Shocking, Vampiric. Maybe it's Thorns, like I'm killing them. So I picked all that stuff up. Cool. That, like, I didn't have to do it for the crystals. And there's other things that drop as well. Gems. And there was a magic essence there. Here's a chest. That's going to drop tons of stuff. Only things are the items that would show up in your inventory. There. Okay. Anyways, now I go back to town. And like I mentioned, I can put this here. And I can press my 3 key. There goes, portal. And I'm back in the town. So I just picked up a bunch of stuff here. Some of it I can't use because of the levels. I have it toggled so that I can see items from other classes, but it would have a little lock icon in the corner. Like this has a little lock up here. This one does too. This is for Warlock, so is that. That's the only 2 I have there. But my inventory didn't always used to be this big. You have these slots up here. You can find bags as you go and upgrade your inventory space. I have a legendary and a unique bag already just by playing the game. So it seems like getting this filled out is pretty easy. So let's go vendor this stuff. So here I can right click. I don't need that because I'm using a shield. That's just worse than my item. Actually, all of my items are unique or legendary because it seems like you can pretty easily get unique and legendary items, which is fantastic because they have lots of mods on them and you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. So all these are rare items, judging by the like purple border here. This item down here in the shop has a blue border around it, so that's a enchanted sword. So like your magic and rare items, essentially. But instead of right-clicking all these, there's a button here. I can sell all ordinary quality or lower gear. I'm clicking that. Enchanted quality and lower gear. I'm clicking that, so I didn't even pick up any of that gear. Sell all equipment of rare quality and lower. Gone. Sold. No having to like, oh, mark things as trash. Nothing. It just goes. So other things I was picking up along the way was these essences, which are just stored here. You rack them up. And then there's gems. Now, I don't know if there's anything past like the polished gems, but there's all kinds of different types. I've gotten lots of them. And I know once you socket something in, you can't unsocket it. You destroy the gems. You can unsocket, but you have to destroy the gem. There's no getting the gems back. So it kind of makes sense to me why there's, like, I've picked up so many just through Act 1 of the game. So, let's see. I've showed you the quick trade. You can buy items back, but I don't think you can buy all of them back. And you can buy portals here. This is only 60 crystals and a bunch. That's why I have 508. And same with these potions. Like they're so cheap. Like it doesn't matter. I can buy as many of these as I need. Potions do have cooldowns. Here I can use the mana potion here. It has a cooldown bar here. Same with a lot of my abilities. Like they all have their cooldown, whatnot. So I think it might have been Jimma was the second person to show up here as I progressed, and here you can deal with gems. So if this sword, right, has a square or a cube gem socket and a spheric gem socket, and I put 2 different kinds in there. That's a really low level. Let me find something juicy here. Boots. I guess it's going to be the helmet. So this helmet has 2 sphere sockets in it. So if I navigate to this, sphere sockets are in the middle. on armor, boots, and helmet, that gives me fire res. So spear gems are going to be resistance pretty much on all these, I believe. Including, physical resistance, holy resistance, shadow resistance. So let's say I don't want spheric things. Can I change it? Yes, I can get 1 diamond, I can get 2 cube, I can get a cube and a sphere or 2 spheres. So this time I have these. Now in helm, armor, boots, the same, like, alright, gem has, like, the cube one has different properties than the sphere one. And then they have different properties based on where you're putting them. So there's a lot going on with these gems here. So I don't need bonus crystals necessarily. I don't know what pickup strength is, but I can put that on there. Thorns, 7%. 5% effect duration. It's cool. I can put movement speed in my helmet. 7% with that gem. 4% mana or max health in both of these sockets. So I want one of these movement speed ones. I can't make one of these top tier gems, so I'm gonna throw this in there, and now it's locked in. Like, there's no taking it out. The only way to get it out is by destroying it right here. I'm not gonna do that. But you can upgrade, and well, I guess to upgrade it, it costs 10 magic essence, 5 crystal essence, and 1 soul essence, and that's coming from this here. So I've used 2 of those. So there's like, I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like min-maxing stuff yet. I'm just kind of using what's available. It's like, okay, this sounds cool, I'll throw it in. But it seems like there's a lot of potential to kind of like specialize your sockets and stuff. I think it was Wolson, actually. First time I've seen, I think, this different kind of gem you can put in item. Or they have different properties based on the type of gem socket or something. So let me open up the character tree. So each of the 4 base characters has 4 different trees you can specialize in. So for my Templar, or I think it's Templar. Yeah, Templar. I decided to spec into Vengeance because mainly I wanted this Hardy Dance, 7-second cooldown, 250% health regeneration. Playing on hardcore, I felt like that was the best move I could go for. But there's all these other things. This one's kind of lightning based. So this has lightning, but this wasn't already here. Like, this is an empty skill socket, so if I select this, I get to pick between Spark Strike or Lightning Blade. I get to pick which one of those I would like. And the same with this one, these different skills. Lightning Nova, Thunder Blade, Fulmination. They have different tags on them, like this is a sword skill. This is active magic Nova skill. So if I'm scaling sword damage somehow, this one would be useful for sword stuff. So I also think that there's only 100 levels, and I have a point here. I'm probably going to put it into this, raise the damage of my sword hurl. Oh, I can level that to 5. I didn't realize that. So you can kind of specialize this in each class, like especially right off the bat, in like 4 different ways. So in essence, there's like 16 different like starting classes. At the end, though, you might like combine 2 different ones, or maybe even 3 or 4, like for different things. Like if you really want this ability and just this ability, you could just spec into these. It gives you extra resistance during the ability, and this gives you 15% chance to block with 3 points into it during the ability. So, well, combined, this is providing me a lot of defense. But in addition, you are also getting mastery points. So I've leveled 36 points, and I have 16 mastery points, which each of these, like, you get to pick, and they're different throughout all of these. Like, and these are kind of specialized towards the wrath. This is my vengeance. So the 4 base type skills, all of these ones are the same. These are just like passives in a row. So just plus 10 flat damage, plus 10 health, plus 10 mana, plus 10 thorns on the front one. But you can get this, you can pick 3 of these 4, essentially. The next one, I can pick 3 of these 4 with enough mastery points. So I think that's the same for all these middle 3. Until you only get to pick 1 of these at the end. So like I don't know what any other classes do. I haven't really spec'd into it, but as you put points into it, it boosts your stats overall. So I'm getting 9 physical damage. This is kind of a physical damage tree: lightning, fire, and holy for a Templar. So also in here, what else? I've showed you the inventory tree. So in here is the Codex, and you can see all the areas in the game. I guess there's some areas that are optional. I missed this one somewhere. I've just brushed the surface, really. There's also the enemies in here. Enemies I've seen or haven't seen. It tells you stats about them, how many times I've killed them, how many times I've died to them, and whatnot. As well as uniques and legendary items, like these are part of a set. I found 2 of them. And yeah, there's 4 pages of this. So this is how many unique and legendary items I've found on the way to level 36. So like they're pretty common. I've found multiples of some of these. I think it's let me find them. Yeah, this Thunderstone, Poison Stone, Light Stone, like these are all kind of the same base thing. It looks like these might be like Horrorfrost, Terrace Binding. Well, they kind of look the same, but maybe not. But there's all kinds of interesting stuff here. This one drops off a unique item. It might be really common to find, like on anybody playing through the game. Every like special unique enemy I've found has dropped their respective unique item at the level you killed them at, so it could be farmable. And I don't know what these are. These say Unattained Rune, legendary item, source reward chest. Templar item only. So yeah, I don't know what any of this is. I guess I might have to go further. Unknown area. So there's something at the end too. So like I don't know. There's 4 more of these. So I got 4 more acts left to go. Over here, there's also some target dummies. It doesn't show me like all my damage, but it's like, okay, well, I'm doing physical skills, and I'm sometimes like chaining electricity. I've got these bolts firing. I got whatever these hands are. That's all from my gear. Like I've just kind of spec'd into shield and regen, block. I have a chance to bleed. But this adds a 5% strike chance on hit to strike the foe for 100%. 84% damage dealt is lightning. So that's just there. Like I always have that. I believe that's 184% of my weapon damage, so it's like triple damage almost, which extra added lightning, so it's not all physical, right? So the sword has chance on critical hits to cause an explosion. This gives me 13 all res and elements, which is quite literally all damage types here, as well as resistances, which I needed. I don't know if there's a resistance cap. I haven't reached that yet. And yeah, like I don't know if I mentioned, but there are sets. You can combine items to get extra bonuses out of them. Like shrines will always spawn a champion monster. which could be pretty interesting, actually. This one gives you 50% pickup radius and increased magic find. Anything else I need to show off here? Oh, this is awesome. So you have your normal stats, like about your character, but down here at the bottom, largest damage dealt, 17,899. Total kills, deaths, quest completed, experience gained. Objects broken. I love seeing cool little stats like this. It's a lot of fun. I wish other games had them as well. I don't know if I showed off the enchanter. Like you can reset your whole skill tree here. I haven't done that yet, and I don't want to. Here I can enchant items. This is something I haven't showed off yet. So on this, you can see the shield. I don't know if you can see it really well, but to the left of all of their stat numbers, there's a little star there. It's because I've fully enchanted, upgraded this shield. 20% block chance, 20% damage block, 12 all res. I fully upgraded it. So I just got these boots as well. And here it shows all the mods that are on the item. It has magic find, movement speed, attack speed, vampire, health on hit, and mana regeneration. So down here I can re-roll the item. Fresh chance for item. Orange ones stay there. This one will re-roll it all, as long as they're not locked. But this is augment, and like this takes some of the essences that I have on this tab to do this, as well as some crystals. So here I want this movement speed to go up. Can I do that? Augment movement speed. Now this enchant is locked, but it was already at max, I guess. Let me see if I can raise the attack speed. Yeah, it says roll range 6 to 10, augment cap 13. So I might be able to raise this to 13% attack speed just by clicking augment. If I have the materials, yep, 10%, 11, 12, 13. Now it's at max. What about the magic find? So I only click that one once, and it shows a little lock beside the stat. So I'm not gonna reroll it. I don't quite know what those do, but I can just like scale all the mods on my gear up at will, it seems. And maybe I was like, oh, I just need to go farm some more essences. It just drops off enemies. But I've had so much fun playing this the past few hours. As somebody who's looking for something to do during between Path of Exile leagues, like this is a breath of fresh air, rather than just like, okay, I'm gonna dive into this other action RPG game that goes super slow. This like less than an hour in, like I'm moving as fast as PoE, killing waves of monsters like in a single button press and stuff. It's been a blast. I can't recommend it enough. What else should I mention here? Oh, I wasn't able to bind my mouse 4 and mouse 5, so I had to externally bind them, my mouse 4, mouse 5 to F6, F7, so that I could use these on my mouse. But like, I'm sure there's so much other stuff. I've only spec'd into one class of it, and like I mentioned in here, like you can pick different things. So like I could have picked different things than this cleave. I could have picked something different, this sword hurl, this slice, or the hardy dance. Like all of these square ones, like those were chosen by me. Everything connected kind of works together. This chance to bleed increases the damage of all bleeding effects. But something like this, if you get bleeding effects on your gear, you can scale it. Where's something that has a chance to do something? I don't really have much. Just on crit there. A 5% chance here. So I've had some pretty nutty stuff. There was one of these. Yeah, this ring that I got at level 25, on hit deal, like this is every hit, deal 73% fire damage instantly and per second for 3 seconds. So I believe that's 73% of my weapon damage as fire damage instantly and for 3 seconds. Like, so that racks up to a lot of damage. It also has 71 bleed damage instantly and per second, and it gave me a poison orb that poisons nearby enemies once per second. So it's racked up a lot of damage. But now my orb is on this frost one and whatever my other one is. There's so much crazy stuff you can get on gear. One of the coolest things, I don't have it right now, but one of them like it's like a poison walk thing. You drop little clouds of poison as you run, and you can destroy pots and stuff like this, destroyable stuff, like as you run through stuff. I thought that was amazing. And then, yeah, it just comes back to this, like, oh, I can push this button and loot all this stuff and just keep fighting. I don't lose my rampage. Something I would love to see in PoE. Like, I automatically loot whatever's on my loot filter. And yeah, I have my thing on slight cooldown, but that's on my belt, on my 3 button. I can just drop a portal and out. Just like that. Want those boots though. You can come back down. It's like, oh, okay. Go here, trade. Sell all rare and lower. See if you have any uniques or legendaries left over, and that's how I've been gearing my character. There's also a wardrobe here. You can dye your character. There's unlockable skins as well. This was just released in the newest update, so I haven't seen what this is. I did get a dye though, so I'm excited to see what the different skins are. I have to beat this story, so I got 4 acts to go. But there it is. I don't have much bad to say about this game. Like there's so much you can do in the settings. There's even loot filters built into the game if you want to stop seeing and picking certain things up. I haven't gotten to that point yet because I'm just farming crystals. You can turn on heal numbers, hit numbers, player numbers. You can scale the number size and health bars. You can scale all that. You can scale all the UI, name tags, and hide enemy affixes, whatnot. There's so much. There's all these different mini-map cycle icons, things. Even colorblind mode. And yeah, here. You can change your cursor color. I want pink. Yeah, you can change the size of your cursor even. Like, it's... There, a lot of love has gone into this game, and I believe it shows. But again, the biggest thing I could ask for... not that. Just windowed, like borderless full screen. That would be huge. But there you go. If you're Path of Exile nerd like me, want something else to try out, I couldn't recommend this more. It's not going to be slow paced like every other game. Seems like it tries to be. Try to force you into more combat mechanics, and whereas like I would prefer to just like obliterate screens of enemies. That's what I do in Path of Exile, and it's fun. It's what I do in this game, and it's fun. So yeah, that's gonna be me. Hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe for more from me. I'm gonna be streaming this game here on YouTube, and there will be more Path of Exile content. I might make a build guide if I survive long enough to see one of these characters through, but got a ways to go for that. So, till then, I'll see you later.